Aren't we sick of it yet? The whining, the bitching, the moaning. I'm talking about presidential candidates. I'm talking about people who call themselves our leaders. I watch these ads on television being thrown at me over and over again. Complaining, bitching, moaning about each other. My God, I mean, these people they're so busy being offended. When do they find time to run the country is what I want to know. They're so busy making ads that I have to watch over and over and over again, telling me how great they are and how horrible the other guy is, that I begin to wonder, when do these people have time to even run the country? Honestly, it seems ridiculous, doesn't it to you? I mean, I ask you, America, what good is it to have people that we ourselves have voted for in office when they can't even take criticism? Boo-hoo. So a minister makes fun of Clinton, and so what? If she can't handle that kind of thing, then how in the hell is she going to be able to handle running the White House? Barack Obama, the guy's flipped back and forth. Oh, I mean, he's so quick to push people away when they speak their minds and show some type of criticism towards the people that he's running against. I don't trust him. And McCain, for Christ's sake. What is he? I mean, he's an old war vet who spent several years in a prison camp. God knows what they did to that man. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I have friends who are vets that were in prison camp, and the trauma never leaves you. How can you run for a political office as high as the presidential seat with that kind of background and not be expected to have some kind of mental problem? Honestly, folks, I don't care what anybody says. There isn't a one in the bunch that's worth a shit, and I'm not afraid to say it. None of them are worth a shit. Every commercial I see, somebody's complaining about something. Now, there's a few young and up-and-coming politicians who are showing an amount of sincerity and zeal and wanting to make changes and to actually represent the little man, the middle class. But yet, it's unfortunate that I can't believe anything I hear, because the media has made it so easy to think, well, this is just television. This isn't real. I mean, these are staged ads. What is sincere about any of this? For Christ's sake, I watched the minister that Clinton was supposedly offended by, and that Barack Obama quickly pushed away in his own church preaching. The man was hilarious. He was funny. He made fun of Clinton in a way that I thought was absolutely wonderful. I mean, come on. If we cannot laugh at ourselves, then we have taken ourselves too seriously, and then we are in serious trouble. You have to laugh at yourself. How can we even think that the rest of the world is going to take us seriously if we take ourselves too seriously? If we can't even laugh at ourselves? If we can't even go, ha ha ha. But what's the difference in what that minister did and a Saturday Night Live skit that shows Barack and her sleeping together in a music video, having sex together? I mean, it's on YouTube. Look it up. Under Barack Obama is the name of the video. Nobody said anything about that. No one said a word about it. You see, it only suits them to complain about what is in the public eye. If it's in the public eye, obviously in the public eye, then they complain about it. If we keep complaining about every little damn thing, I mean, nobody complains about Rush Limbaugh. The man is insulting. He's rude. He puts down the other side, the Democratic side of our political system, with unbelievable and undue rudeness. It's ridiculous. No one complains about Rush, the heroin-taking right-wing bullshitter that is just in it for the money and the shock. He doesn't give a damn about you. None of these people do. Who cares about you? Your children. Your children care about you. Your partners, your wives, your lovers. These are the people that care about you. These are the people that we need to look at and say, what can we do? How can we make our lives better? It's not going to be the credit card companies. It's not going to be the banks. It's not going to be the auto industry. It's none of these. It's not going to be the major corporations. It's not even going to be your job. It's the people that love you that matter. And these are the people we need to look at and ask ourselves, what can we do? But for Christ's sake, the complaining, the utmost utter complaining about every single little thing that offends us, it's making life unbearable. It's making life unworthy of living. We can't go on like this. Ladies and gentlemen, when did reality TV become reality? Instead of the facts are we're in deep shit. The facts are, I will keep saying it, the country is in deep shit. Natural disasters are occurring all over the world, causing unbelievable amounts of suffering and decay in our societies. And yet, we seem to focus on those things that really shouldn't matter. The things that are presented to us in the media that really shouldn't matter. I mean, it's absurd. And I begin to wonder, is this really real, or am I in a dream? When will I wake up from this nightmare? It's hard for me. I try to understand, for the sake of my children, for the sake of my existence. I do the things I do each day. I work hard, and then I can see how an individual can become so disgruntled and so disillusioned to think that maybe none of this is worth it. And lots of people are killing themselves. Soldiers are vets. Suicide in the vet world is up, and it's up a lot. And I can understand it. I can see why. It's the same problem occurred when Vietnam ended, and a lot of those people came back, and they saw what they saw after being where they had been, and they came back. And I had several of my friends look at me right after coming back in the 70s and saying, I fought for McDonald's, man. I fought so everyone could go have a Big Mac. What the fuck is that? Now, granted, there will always be a reason in our hearts to defend something we believe in. But isn't it about time that we begin to defend the truth and not the lie? The lie is, the fact is that our government, our leaders, and the people who have good intention, and the road to hell is paved with them, are telling us that we have to do this and we have to do that, and this is what we need to do in order to keep our freedom. And yes, many people have died to keep some semblance of freedom. But when we begin to understand that freedom is a God-given gift, not one that we get by killing people or defending something, it's a God-given gift. If you die fighting for it, then that is your choice. But when people don't have that choice, when they die, and when they die for no reason whatsoever, when the wind comes and takes away all your houses, and when the water comes and floods away all your livelihood, nobody made that decision. No one made the decision to die. They just died in mass, in the tens of thousands. There's a different kind of war being fought here, ladies and gentlemen. And the millions and millions of dollars that are being thrown at the oil companies so that we can continue to drive around in our vehicles, so that we can continue our slavery to the combustion engine, all of that is a lie. And it's not going to be much longer when that lie is going to hit us in the face like a brick. Just understand this. I will be here until I can no longer be here. And I will keep saying these things. Two things I will constantly emphasize. We're in deep shit, and it's time we stop accepting the lie and change it to the truth.